Have you ever truly wondered what the real meaning of wealth is? Is it what we own, the accumulated possessions, or something deeper, more intangible, something money cannot buy? The story of Marcus will offer us a new perspective, a journey of discovery into life's true value. Marcus was a renowned merchant, his name echoing across continents. His stores stretched from east to west, his warehouses overflowing with glittering jewels, precious silks, and exquisite handicrafts. He owned grand mansions, vast ornamental gardens, and hundreds of obedient servants. From the outside, Marcus was the embodiment of wealth, power, and success that anyone would covet. But hidden beneath that dazzling facade, an invisible emptiness gnawed at his soul. Each night, as darkness fell and silence enveloped him, Marcus felt lonely, lost. Material wealth seemed to be merely a hollow shell, unable to fill the void in his heart. He had everything, yet he had nothing at all. No joy, no peace, and no true meaning. One day, as Marcus sat in contemplation in his garden, an old wanderer, his clothes tattered, his hair as white as frost, appeared at the gate. He asked for no money, sought no favors, but simply looked at Marcus with sharp, understanding eyes. "Oh, wealthy merchant," he said, in a deep, warm voice. "You seem to own the world, yet your eyes hold a profound sadness. What is it you seek?" Marcus was surprised. No one had ever dared to speak to him like that. He replied, irritated, "I have everything, old man. What I seek is peace, but it seems to elude me." The old wanderer smiled kindly. "Peace is not something that can be bought with gold and silver, Marcus. You are confusing material wealth with boundless wealth. Do you wish to seek that boundless wealth? A wealth that no one can take away, and that will never diminish." The old man's words were like a lightning bolt striking Marcus's mind. Though skeptical, curiosity and a yearning to escape his emptiness compelled him to nod. "I will go with you," Marcus said. "But if you deceive me, you will pay the price." The old wanderer merely smiled, his eyes sparkling like stars. "You will not pay a price, Marcus, but rather receive an invaluable gift." And so, the journey began. Marcus, accustomed to a life of luxury, now had to leave everything behind. He took only a few simple clothes and a small amount of money, which the old wanderer advised him to keep for emergencies. They walked dusty roads, climbed mountains, forded streams, and slept under cold stars. At first, Marcus was incredibly uncomfortable. His body ached, his clothes were dirty, and the meager meals made him long desperately for the delicacies at home. He complained incessantly, accusing the old wanderer of deceiving him. "This is not boundless wealth, this is utter poverty," Marcus snapped. The old wanderer listened silently, then pointed to a clear stream. "Do you see, Marcus? This stream water is pure, cool, and can quench your thirst. Have you ever truly tasted its flavor, felt its purity, when you were sitting in your mansion, served expensive fruit juices?" Marcus fell silent. He never had. The further they went, the more Marcus faced harsh challenges. Torrential jungle rains, scorching sun, bitterly cold nights. He gradually lost his remaining material possessions. His precious watch fell into a ravine. His money pouch was stolen by bandits. In a moment of despair, Marcus felt he had lost everything. But it was precisely then that something miraculous began to happen. When he had nothing left to lose, he began to truly see the world around him. He marveled at the majestic beauty of the mountains, the splendor of sunsets painting the sky crimson, or the chirping birds welcoming the dawn. He began to feel the warmth of the sun, the coolness of the wind. He learned to build a fire, find food, and set up a shelter for himself. These basic skills, which he had never bothered with before, now brought him a sense of self-reliance, a small joy in overcoming his own limitations. They met poor villagers who always wore smiles. A farming family invited them into their home, sharing a simple meal with genuine hospitality. Marcus saw the sparkling happiness in a child's eyes as their parents told fairy tales by the flickering hearth. He witnessed community spirit, selfless sharing. These people had no assets, no possessions, yet they radiated a kind of light that Marcus had never seen in anyone among his elite circle. He began to feel a vibrancy spreading through his veins, a feeling that the piled-up treasures in his warehouses had never given him. The calluses on his hands, the sweat on his brow, were no longer hardships, but proof of a life being fully experienced. He had lost his possessions, but in return, he found himself. After many long months, they finally reached a desolate mountain. The old wanderer led Marcus into a dark, damp cave. Inside, in the heart of the cave, an ancient mirror stood reverently. "Look into it, Marcus," the old wanderer said. Marcus stepped forward, holding his breath as he gazed into the mirror. The reflection was not the tanned, robust man of the present, but his old self. A pale Marcus, with sunken eyes, a faded face, and utterly empty, devoid of any spark of joy. Marcus shivered. That was the emptiness he had once carried within him, the shadow of a life defined by material possessions. The old wanderer placed a hand on Marcus's shoulder. "Do you see? That is you, before you began this journey. A man who had everything but possessed nothing. I was once like you, Marcus. I was once a king, owning a vast kingdom, with gold and jewels filling my vaults. But a war took everything from me. My kingdom, my family, and my honor. I lost everything, and I thought I had lost my wealth. But then, during years of wandering, I found another kind of wealth. The wealth of experiences, of moments, of relationships I built along the way. I learned to live, not to possess, but to feel. And I realized that is the boundless wealth, the kind that no one can ever take from me." The old wanderer's words were like a light illuminating Marcus's soul. He truly understood. Returning to his old life, Marcus had completely changed. He sold most of his assets, not to become richer, but to free himself from the burden of material possessions. With that money, he embarked on a new journey, not to seek gold and silver, but to seek experiences. He traveled the world, no longer a merchant, but a wanderer. He learned new cultures, tasted unique foods, admired majestic landscapes. He connected with people, listened to their stories, shared their joys and sorrows. He no longer cared about accumulating wealth, but focused on accumulating memories, lessons, and genuine relationships. Many years later, people still saw Marcus, now an old man with white hair, but his eyes shone with joy and peace. He still traveled, still shared his stories with anyone willing to listen. When asked if he was still a wealthy man, Marcus smiled and said, "I am the richest man in this world." I do not own material treasures, but I possess an invaluable treasure trove of experiences, relationships, and vivid moments that no money can buy. True wealth does not come from what you own, but from the experiences you have, the relationships you build, and how you live your life. And that is the lesson Marcus learned, a lesson each of us can carry on our life's journey. Live, feel, love, and experience, because it is these very things that truly create the eternal value of wealth. If Marcus's story just touched something in you, don't let that feeling fade like a passing breeze. Tap like right now as a promise to yourself that true wealth isn't found in what we own, but in how we live. And if you know someone who's exhausted by money pressure, someone who feels empty even while having everything, share this video with them. It might be the mirror they need to look into today. I'd genuinely love to hear from you too. Comment one thing for me. What does real wealth mean to you? Peace, family, health, freedom, or the kind of experiences no amount of money can buy. And if you want more stories like this, stories that help you slow down, live deeper, and feel lighter inside, hit subscribe and turn on the bell, because your journey to the kind of wealth no one can take away could start with the very next video.